Negotiation is a delicate art that, when mastered, can help you close advantageous deals while maintaining a healthy and lasting relationship with your clients. However, many entrepreneurs often wonder, how can one approach negotiation effectively? Should you talk a lot or let the client do the talking? What if the client doesn't speak much? Should you mention a specific price or give an approximate figure before submitting an offer? Here are some proven techniques that will help you successfully navigate your negotiations.
Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any tips and techniques to help grow your business.
Counterintuitive, but the more you let the client talk, the more you'll learn about their needs, expectations, and concerns. By listening attentively, you can identify areas where you could provide additional value and address the client's concerns directly. Tip: use the active silence technique. Ask a question, then let the client answer. If the client hesitates or doesn't speak much, avoid filling the silence immediately. Sometimes that silence prompts the client to share more information than they otherwise would. Example: instead of proposing a solution right away, ask your client, what's important to you in this project, and let them respond. Even if they remain silent for a moment, they might eventually provide you with key information. 2. Ask open-ended questions. If you find yourself dealing with a client who doesn't talk much or remains vague, the key is to ask open-ended questions that require more than a simple yes or no answer. This can encourage the client to share more. Asterisk examples of open-ended questions. Asterisk. What are your main challenges in this project? How do you envision success in this collaboration? What brought you to consider this solution? These questions help get the client talking and give you a better idea of their expectations, allowing you to tailor your proposal accordingly. 3. Show empathy. One of the most effective techniques for successful negotiation is showing empathy. Show your client that you understand their concerns and needs. This helps create a trusting atmosphere and makes the negotiation more collaborative than confrontational. Tip: use phrases like "I understand that this is important to you," or "I see why this could be a concern." This demonstrates that you're listening and taking their priorities into account. 4. Be willing to give before you receive. A successful negotiation often relies on a mutual exchange of value. This means you should be ready to offer something to the client before asking for something in return. This could be a small discount, a faster delivery time, or an additional service. Example: if a client hesitates to accept your offer due to pricing, you could offer an additional solution, such as a month of free support or a payment adjustment. This gesture might convince the client without needing to lower your rates. 5. Offer a clear but flexible price. When it comes to discussing price, many professionals wonder if they should give a specific price or an approximate figure. In reality, it depends on the situation. If the project is well-defined, it's often best to provide a clear price to avoid confusion. However, in cases where the project is more complex or adjustments may be needed, you can offer a price range. Tip: clearly state what is included in the price you're offering. If you provide a price range, ensure the client understands what could influence the final cost. Example: based on the current specifications, I estimate the total cost will be between $5,000 and $7,000. If we need to adjust certain options, that could affect the final price. 6. Don't fear disagreement. Not every negotiation has to result in an immediate agreement. Sometimes it's important to know when to stop and give the client time to think. A temporary disagreement doesn't mean failure. Tip: if you reach an impasse, thank the client for the discussion and suggest resuming the conversation later. This gives your client time to reflect on your proposals without feeling rushed. Example: I understand that you need some time to think about this offer. Let's take a break, and we can discuss again next week to see if anything has changed. 7. Be transparent. Clients appreciate transparency. Don't attempt to hide costs or important details. Be honest from the outset, even if it means admitting that a project might cost more than the client expected. Tip asterisk: when you're transparent, you create a trusting relationship that can lead to a more sustainable and fruitful collaboration. Example: I want to be upfront with you from the beginning. This project might cost more than anticipated due to the complexity of the requirements, but I'm confident we can find a solution together. 8. Anticipate objections. Objections are a normal part of any negotiation. Rather than avoiding them, anticipate them. Prepare strong responses to the most common objections your clients may have. Example: if you know that pricing will be an obstacle, prepare a pitch that highlights the added value of your offer, such as quality, after-sales service, or additional guarantees. 9. Know when to close the negotiation. Finally, good negotiation is also about timing. It's essential to know when to close the discussion. If you've reached an agreement that satisfies both parties, it's best not to prolong the conversation unnecessarily. Tip: once you have your client's agreement, summarize the agreed-upon terms and outline the next steps to finalize the deal. Example: great, we're in agreement on this price and these terms. I'll send you a summary contract by tomorrow, and we can start as soon as you've signed it. By following these tips, you'll be better prepared to approach your negotiations with confidence and effectiveness. Remember that each client is different, and adjusting your approach according to your client's personality and expectations is key to achieving a win-win outcome.